Hello, 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 everyone. Mike Arnold here, co-founder, Path Trading Partners, along with Bob Iacchino. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, Connor. Good morning, Davey. The yin lost its peg or the yen lost its peg? Well, the bonds rallied the 10 years. We'll take a look at that. That's at a critical juncture again, but we're going to have to keep seeing how long the Bank of Japan can keep stepping in. Hey, Patrick, happy first day of summer to you too. And Daniel, longest day of the year. Yes, it is. June 21st. Again, thank you everyone for being here. Good morning, Wavy. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Amit. Looks like they want to run this up, up, up. S&P, NASDAQ hit some double targets already. I'm looking at plays in mega caps and junk, like I told you. Take a look at ARK. Good morning, Ted. Good morning, Sashi. Good morning, Jacob. Lennar up also with beat in earnings. Kellogg up on talking about splitting the companies three ways. Look at Revlon. You want to see why we're not anywhere done? Revlon declares bankruptcy, and look over the last week. Look where Revlon's trading. Yin for more yen. Did I guess, Jacob? Did I say hi to you and Sashi? Good morning again. If I did, all right. If you are new here, we're shooting for that 5K subscribers. Please do consider subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, you just tune in, then please do subscribe and hit that like button and leave some comments. Thank you for all the longer term viewers who are leaving comments. I really do appreciate it. And I know part of my shoulder is missing from my tie-dye, but I don't have a different thing. I'm going to keep going with the green screen until I have a different solution, or until I stop wearing tie-dyes, which probably won't happen in the summer. Options 22, good morning. Good morning. Thank you again, everybody who's here. Chicago Fed activity index just barely staying positive by 0.01. 0.47 was expected, so you can see that is a miss. Pretty big. Going to see existing home sales at 9 a.m. to see how much that's slowing down. Then we got more Fed speak today. Yay for us. FOMC, remember, meeting now at the end of July, July 27th. The 75 basis points still pretty much fully baked in, so we're just going to keep an eye. And we're going to have to see later today where we sit with Gamma. Okay, where we sit with Gamma. I already mentioned Lennar. Not much after the close, just lazy boy. So we'll don't need to focus too much on that. So we had essentially the first target is hit on the little double bottom in the S&P, watching for a rally back up, holding the pullback to the rotation zone. Key area, if we break down, especially below about 37.21, major support coming in for me right around 37.10, 37.09. You can come right in there, 37.05 to 37.10. Let's just go with that little zone. That would be the breakout areas to the peak of the double and the 37.5 retracement area and a prior harmonic. Next level, I'm watching for a retest of the highs on a rally, this 37.49 area, 37.67, 37.85. Remember, into a clear path move, and it's, we have these couple stopping areas that are little things here. Yes, if we did roll over, you do have a little minor head and shoulders. Would not be shorting that based off this. We don't have a well-formed shoulder yet. But that would be the neckline if it rolls over again. So then that I'd be watching for the bigger pullback and utilizing those levels, which I can't really put on yet because we don't know if this is even valid. But for those who like to play at home, that's what I'll be watching besides. And that would lead to slightly, possibly a bigger pullback than that 37.05 to 37.09. But again, on a surge up to the most recent highs that were set in the European, just after European opening, then that would not be valid. So please keep that in mind. Mikey, I forget if it's Mike or Mikey. Mikey, good morning. Good morning. Bank of Japan is chain smoking this morning. Good morning, Eric. Amazed at how price most always hits certain levels when it comes to GAN and harmonic levels. They work pretty well. Nothing's perfect, but they do work extremely well. So that's what I'm keying an eye on. Yeah, you do still have the same little pattern in the NAS. If it does sort of roll over here, then watch for the bigger pullback. First and second targets clearly hit. The final target, remember, NAS into that clear path. And the NAS also, that's the one with that can lead the move higher. And so far it is leading the move higher, which you'll have people shift into. There's a lot more junk in the NASDAQ, and people rotate into mega cap technology stuff for any rally. Next target, 11,578. And then above that, you still have a clear path without many stopping points. So you don't have much move to the upside here. Now, let's just see where we've gone with the, there we go. I'm sorry for all of the lines. Let me pull off this one. So we did close above the 62.5, at least on the 1 hour basis, and the 4 hour, you can see here, rejected from there. So if we get that 4 hour close, especially, then I'm really watching. I'll use this 11,686 area. That will be my target area up here. Since you don't have a breakdown zone, remember to close, especially in that 4 hour time frame above the 62.5. We did the minor close. I'm really watching it for 4 hour, but then statistically, we should target the 11,685, 11,686. All the testing I did on this was based off the daily and 4 hour time frames. 1 hour is a slightly lower probability, so that's why I'm stressing those two time frames as the higher probabilities. Pullback area, besides if we do have a little head and shoulders top, the major area would be 11,300. The minor would be, let's see where this sits with that 4 hour rotation zone, which is cross. I'd have to go back to about 11,366. The Dow also, I mean, everything's trading lockstep. I think we have like 60-something% of the market trading in lockstep, which is, I'm talking the broad market, very high correlations there. So this is where it gets challenging. I mean, yeah, you still have this pullback here. First target on the Dow, 30,454. Next target, 30,577, and then 30,680. Clear path move here. Watch this breakdown zone right here, though. This is going to be the bigger breakdown zone on the next push higher is the first target. If it did roll over, it's sitting here right above the key support. So I'm watching about 30,160 to 30,193. Then if we did roll over, I'd use those bigger pullback targets. But the next major area would be the 50% of this up move coming in about 30,022. All right, Russell also triggered the double, but not yet to the first little target. Russell's is actually behaving really weak. 1707, 1716, 1726. Pullback area for me on this is 1680. The DAX did not have any strong patterns in here, but if it does turn around and push above about 13,400, then we still have a little unfilled gap up here, and I'll be targeting 13,565 to 13,600 on a pullback now. About 13,195, 13,200 is the key target. Crude, we have the horizontal channel. First target hit. I'm watching if we can get a rally into the open about 111.71. Key support for me is 108.78. Still watching for a stronger potential bottoming pattern. If we did rally above 111.71 area, then I'm watching for this a little breakdown area with the first cross the rotation zone 114.12. Remember, major support 104.50 to about 105.25 on any pullback. That holds this upward sloping trend line. What else do we want to cover right now? The notes still reacting. You can see here reacting at that 4 hour sort of rotation area, but I'm watching for the continued push higher, especially if we do rally today. That first target is 116.24, although I need to start getting that move above 116.02 to get interested in that. Dollar index is in consolidation, trying to figure out where we sit. So we're essentially forming this triangle pattern. I'm watching key areas. I'm watching 103.42 and on a push higher about 104.60. VIX holding this area right there about 30.15. This is where I start really focusing on that continued rally if the VIX starts breaking down, especially below about 29.60. Okay, so that's what I'm keying off of. If we do pull back a bit in the open, really don't want to see it get above about 31.15. Above 31.15, then it puts this, we can get more into choppy and slightly pullback conditions. Here's what was talked about earlier. The peg is lost again. Remember, right now, we're going to have to see when this reopens how it rockets down. But this is, you see, this is the highest move. This is starting to get pressed by funds. So they're trying to break the peg, because if this peg is broken, we could see a cascading effect. So you see the yen again pushing higher. Yes, the double is still in play, but it's pushing higher. Minor target 136.28. And if they have to keep stepping in bigger and bigger to defend this, could we see 138.45 to 138.82? Yes, very easily, and that would take the double off the table. But this, at some point, if they lose this peg, you know, and they say unlimited printing, they can't do unlimited. At some point, it will break. A little rally back, you know, with the risk on assets in cryptos above about 21.8. I'm watching for a return to the 24.5 to 25K. Tesla, we're going to get that gap up this morning. So the first thing I will see is that potential gap fill play. But if this stays strong, we still have the major gap back to the 700 area, which is the upside gap. So if this only pulls back slightly and rotates up, the strong play is back to that 700 to this unfilled gap. That's the stronger play to the upside, especially with the gap up. Key support now coming in about 656. And then it could possibly roll, if it does do that, into a little bigger double pattern. What else do we said? I know people want the SPYs and the Qs, and I'll get to some more comments. The SPYs. The update. Let me update these levels. Again, we're trading above in here. So the bigger play for this week is the potential gap fill play. And that would be to 379.19. The area I'm really keying off of for minor resistance today on a rally is 373, which is the 50% retracement, and then 375.50 area, 375.70 area. That's where I'll be watching. That's the key to see. It has to get above that 62.5 before we really target that gap fill. Yes, and I know the gap fill plays lower, but this is what I'm watching just with the overall, besides that gap fill play, to see if we can retest the high area. Your support now with the move up here, again, 370.30 is first level support. Then if that breaks back down, 368.50 for the Qs. The Qs, the first target, again, we're above that right now, was 278 right here. The next rally, major targets, 280.22. On a closing basis, you're watching for 277. So if we get that 4-hour close above the 62.5, that really targets the gap fill. But then overall, you're watching for the major close above 280 for the target for the highs, not just the gap fill, but the most recent high area, 284.65 to about 286.77. Supports coming in right here at this ledge, about 276. That's your key support level there for the Qs. Where else? When it comes to key harmonic gain levels and possible clear path, does a breakdown zone take more weight over possible rollover? Not understanding. Your trading into a clear path lays out for a continued move into that area that there's very few stopping points, so it can get some upward momentum. and there's very few stopping points. That's what it so what I start watching for when you trade in a clear path, yes, it removes the stopping points, but you still need to get some momentum going into that clear path. Good morning, Anissa. So, I think I really covered it. I'm trying to see what else. Remember, Kellogg's, keeping an eye on this. Kellogg's with this huge gap play up. So this is going to be something I'm not just watching today, but going to see how it reacts if we get that little pullback to support. So the Kellogg's could remain interesting with a play. As I said before, Lennar, slight gap up, but I'll be watching for a potential gap fill play in that. And here's what I was talking about. Here's why we're nowhere near a bottom yet. Revlon declares bankruptcy, still trading up slightly this morning. And look at this move off. Hey, we declared bankruptcy. Let's everyone rush in and buy it. As soon as that stops, then we'll be closer to a market bottom. Just I thought that was humorous. Gonna wrap this up real quick in a minute. I have some extra prep to do, but I'm watching with ARC. Yes, this is a valid double. Above 40.08. 41.88. Remember, you still have a gap fill here. This is not just for today. 42.74 and 43.69. So if we can get that junk rally and some of these short squeezes on, easy way to play it would be ARC to the upside. If you want to play individual components, you have to go into those individual components. But I am watching for, again, mega cap and junk plays. So, this is not a potential double in Apple, but we still have above, this. We're a pre-market up here. I'm watching for a gap fill play in this other one's off the table. I'm watching for the potential gap fill and a return to the daily rotation zone. So that's about 135.35 area. That's the target for a little play in Apple. Microsoft, there's still a remaining gap play that looks like it's going to be taken out pretty quick. And this double still is in place above 255.30. There's your upside play. And again, these are short-term plays. All right, they're not long-term plays. So there's a couple other things you can keep an eye on. Yes, if it gets a close above the 6.25, 4 hour is enough for me. Thanks, Wavy. Thank you, Anissa. Everyone have a fantastic trading day. There could be some decent opportunities this week. So, don't stay in too bearish mode if we continue this rally, because we could get at least a minor relief rally. Also, though, remember, we do have daily cycles at the bottom, but weekly cycles are at the top. So this rally could be limited. Next week is quarter end also. So this week sort of in that in-between week. And then next week, quarter end, which could get another very interesting week. You are welcome, George. Hey, Lauren, good morning. Oh, did I have the wrong date? All right, thank you. I'll double check that. Thank you very much. With that, I will wrap it up. Bye for now.